intention was to be able to bring that energy here, to earth, the aspects of what your book is about. What if this is heaven?
Yeah.
And people really get that, and they can have a healing experience to know that they can create that here.
And that was my intention also of working with you on this, is to create heaven here and to make it not just words people read in a book and not just a mental understanding, but really an experiential journey. That's what I wanted.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I believe that the music can emotionally take them there and make them feel what it feels like to be in heaven. And it's important to me because there are a lot of people going through challenges, including health challenges, and I want them to feel a piece of heaven. Now focus your attention to any one of the areas where you are facing a health challenge and ask this question. What is my illness trying to tell me?
So I have to ask you my big question.
Yeah, what's your question?
Well, of course, being a musician,
Uh-huh.
right? I was very interested in whether you heard music in your near-death experience.
It's really interesting. I did, but not just in the near-death experience, but even in the days after my experience. I just kept hearing this music, even while I was lying there in hospital, really weak, and I had come out of the coma, and I knew I was going to live, but I could hear this music in the background all the time. And I would keep asking the people around me, can you hear that music? Can you hear that music? And they'd all say, no, what music? What music? And I know that even my brother remembers me saying this when he was in the hospital with me. But yeah, there's music.
Wow. So what did it sound like?
It sounded angelic. It sounded a lot like the music that you've created for this CD. Cool. A lot like it. I think you've really captured the spirit of heaven in your music. Think of someone who you love who has crossed over and is now no longer in the physical. Your deceased loved ones on the other side still care for you.
So how could you listen and not feel it,
Exactly right.
So.
How could you listen and not feel it? And I think that the idea of doing one meditation for each chapter in the book, I think it's just going to be so perfect. Now imagine yourself as an angelic little baby. Surrounded by glittery silver stardust. All around you, there is stardust sparkling.
People need something in the middle of their day. We don't always have a half an hour or an hour, but we want to transcend our emotional energy and elevate it.
Exactly.
So.
In fact, after I did my last meditation CD, which was a 1-hour meditation, a lot of people wrote into me and said that would I consider making shorter meditations. So I think this is great, like 10 tracks of 6-minute meditations. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Now visualize yourself doing more of the things you love, the things that bring you joy, following your heart and finding your passion. Life is a gift. Live it fearlessly.